Welcome to Lee Hall Mansion. For over 161 years, several different cultures and families have come together for one holiday, and that is Christmas. Here at Lee Hall Mansion, we decorate each year to take people through the house to tell them about the stories of those families and those cultures as they celebrate the Christmastide season. Christmas during the Victorian era became what we would consider the traditional Christmas of today, even though the Christmas that was celebrated from the colonial time periods up to the modern day had English and other European flares to it. There was Norse, German, and English traditions that were brought over to the New World that helped us celebrate. One of the main traditions that we always think of with Christmas is the Christmas tree itself. Martin Luther, in what is now Germany, popularized it in 1500 AD when he brought the Christmas tree into the home as one of the symbols of Christmas. That also harkens back to earlier Norse traditions around the winter solstice of December 21st, when they would bring greenery into the home to help decorate it and also freshen it up around some of the darkest times of the year. As we go through the house this year and we take you through, we want you to enjoy the decorations that have been put up and really understand the traditions that go behind it. Let's head into the music parlor. One of the main portions of the Christmas holiday is the fact that folks can gather in between the harvest and planting season. So Christmas was a great time not only for people to gather but to enjoy music. Christmas music, even in the 1800s, was already over 100 years old. Joy to the World was written in 1719. Bach's Christmas Oratorio and Handel's Messiah, those written in the 1730s or 1740s. So the Lee family and Bickford, Mr. Bickford, and the other families of the 20th century would have enjoyed Christmas music that by then would have been a couple of hundred years old, and then more popular cultural tunes of that time period. But the singing and the dancing, the feasting, that was all part of Christmas. The food that would have been prepared, most people for the Christmas holiday would have eaten things a little bit different than we do today. Christmas goose, that was a big English tradition. Mr. Lee and Mr. Bickford and others would have gone waterfowling, and they would have had oysters, fish, they would have had venison, they would have had a number of game animals, game birds. They would have had the traditional sides that we think of, along with desserts and the other spirits that go with the holidays. Now, the food would not have been prepared in a 20th century or now 21st century kitchen. It would have been a wood, open fire hearth, brick kitchen, which is a separate structure from the main dwelling house in the 1800s. Mr. and Mrs. Lee had 38 enslaved persons in 1860, one of which was a enslaved person who was in her early 60s, and we believe her to be the plantation cook. So there would have been several weeks of preparation that would have led to the holiday meals, and then the others that would have been throughout the Christmastide season. Christmas is a time when we gather with our friends, with our families, and when we enjoy to have visitors come to Lee Hall Mansion to learn more about the Christmases that have happened here for the past 161 years. This house has had a strong tradition with the military, even through the Civil War, even into World War I and World War II. Soldiers always enjoyed receiving letters. And as you go through the house, keep in mind that the house has been here and have had different families, different cultures, and different time periods that has been celebrated at this one holiday. So we invite you to come here to Lee Hall Mansion to see the great decorations that we have, to learn more about the Norse, the German, the English, and then some of the African traditions, and learn about the Yule log and other things that we have here to celebrate. So thank you very much, and we look forward to welcoming you to Lee Hall Mansion.